Hello students, I am Miss Premal Popat and today we are going to study in detail about heating effects of electric current. So let's proceed with the topic. In the last session, we started with the heating effects of electric current, and in this chapter we studied about energy transfer in an electric circuit. And today we are going to study about heating effects of electric current. On the screen, we see an image of various electrical appliances which we use in our day-to-day lives. And all these appliances are based on heating effects of electric current. For example, in case of toaster, the bread is cooked. We make use of iron to press all of our clothes. In case of water heater and kettle, water gets heated. Similarly, we make use of the stove to cook our food. Due to the heat produced in all of these devices, they are able to do work, and that is why they show heating effects of electric current. Like when the electricity flows through these devices, it gets converted to heat energy. Electricity has its electrical energy, right? So when this electrical energy flows through these devices, it gets converted to heat energy. And today we are going to study about how this electrical energy gets converted to heat energy. In the first part of this chapter, we have studied that how the energy is transferred through the circuit. Like when the current passes through this circuit, the electrical energy is converted to heat energy across the resistor, right? So this heating effect of electric current is nothing but when a resistor is connected in an electrical circuit, heat is produced in it due to the current flowing across the circuit. But why this heat is produced across the resistor? It is because of the nichrome wire. Like this nichrome wire is placed inside the resistor and also many electrical appliances, which shows heating effect of electric current. Due to few properties of this nichrome wire, heat is produced in all of these devices. Now nichrome wire is an alloy. Alloy meaning it is a mixture of two or more elements. And this wire is mixture of chromium and nickel. And that is why it gets the name as nichrome. It has two properties. The first one is it is highly resistive. Due to this property, heat is produced across the wire. Like as we have seen in the energy transferred through the electric circuit, the resistor was placed in the circuit, right? And the charges were moving. That is, the current was flowing across the circuit. So the electrical energy with which the charges was moving, it gets converted to heat energy. Like the resistor opposes the current flow. So the charges will perform some work so that it could pass through the resistor. So that electrical energy used to perform the work is converted to heat energy. High the resistivity, more the heat is produced in the wire. Okay. Now, sometimes when the wire gets heated, it tends to melt. More the heat, more faster will the wire melt. But due to the high melting point of the nichrome wire doesn't get melted even at high temperatures. And because of these two properties, the heat is produced in many of the electrical appliances. Now this nichrome wire is in a coiled form in some of the electrical devices, and the coiled nichrome wire is used to produce the heat. So we just have to understand that this nichrome wire acts as a resistor. Like due to the high resistance, the current flow is reduced, and due to the reduction in the current flow, the energy that was moving the electrons gets converted to heat energy. We see a schematic diagram of an electric bulb. The electric bulb is based on heating effects of electric current. Like when the electricity passes through this device, it gets converted to heat and light energy. But why the electrical energy gets converted to heat and light energy? Let us understand with the help of this diagram. Inside the bulb, we see a tungsten filament placed horizontally with the help of two contact wires and two support wires. The contact wires are blue and green in color. Also, the tungsten filament or the tungsten wire is placed in a coiled form. There is inert gas present inside the bulb. So because of this tungsten filament or wire, the bulb emits heat and light energy. In the previous slide, we have seen that the nichrome wire has few properties, and because of its properties, the heat is produced inside the wire. Similarly, in case of tungsten wire, the melting point of this wire is very high, approximately 3400 degrees. Due to the high melting point, when more amount of heat passes through this wire, it doesn't melt. And this tungsten wire acts as a resistance. Like when the electrical energy passes through this device, it gets converted to heat energy. And when this wire gets heated, it emits light. So, because of this, the tungsten wire emits heat and light energy. Also, we see that there is inert gas inside the bulb. The inert gas is present inside the bulb because it doesn't react with the tungsten filament, keeping it safe, and we can use this filament for more amount of time. So, in case of electric bulb, due to tungsten wire and due to the properties of its wire, that is the high melting point, the electrical energy is converted into heat and light energy. Students, sometimes we hear that a house is on fire or a building catches fire due to a short circuit. Also, we might have seen that the fuse wire melts and the electricity is shut down when the switch is on of the electrical device. Why does this short circuit occur? Let us understand this briefly. Now our home electrical connection has 3 wires. That is, it consists of 3 wires. The first one is the live wire, second is the neutral wire, and the third is the earth wire. Live wire is red in color, neutral wire is blue in color, and earth wire is green in color. Sometimes the color of these wires varies. Now, the second picture shows us what is inside the plug of an electrical appliance. So here we can see the neutral wire, earth wire and live wire. The color of this wire is different. Now this live wire is connected to a fuse wire. When the current flows through the live wire, it also flows through the fuse wire. The live and the neutral wire have potential difference of 220 volt. And earth wire is connected to the ground. And no electricity flows through this earth wire. So what happens is, when there is a fault in an electrical appliance or the equipment, or there is a direct contact of live and neutral wire, like when the coating of any of these wires comes out, so these two wires comes in contact with each other. So during this time, large current flows through this wire producing heat. Now, when the large current flows through the live wire, it also flows through the fuse wire, right? So what happens is, when the large current flows through this fuse wire, it melts and breaks the circuit. That is, the electricity is shut down. Now the melting point of the fuse wire is not so high, and due to the excess heat, it melts. But students, when the fuse wire is not connected to the live wire, the large current, that is the excess amount of current, will flow through these wires and it will flow through the wiring which is inside the house, right? And if any inflammable material, that is a plastic or a wood, is there inside the house, it might catch fire. And due to this fuse wire, this hazardous situation can be avoided. So this fuse wire is connected to the live wire inside the plugs. Now we have seen that the earth wire is connected to the ground. So students, when there is a direct contact of live and neutral wire, excess amount of current will flow through the electrical appliance, right? So when we take to touch this appliance, we might get an electric shock. But when this earth wire is connected to the ground, the excess amount of current will flow through this earth wire, reaching the ground. And then hazardous situation will be avoided. That is, we may not get a shock. Due to the fuse wire, short circuits are avoided. So these are the various types of fuses used in the electrical appliances. Like there is this cartridge fuse, rewirable fuse, expulsion fuse, automotive fuse, resettable fuse. So due to the use of these fuses, the short circuits won't occur. Now we will see that how this electricity is generated, transmitted and distributed to all our houses. The first step is that the power plant will generate the electricity. After the generation of the electricity, it will be passed through these wires to the first transformer. Now the work of this transformer is to step up the voltage. That is, it will increase the voltage for transmission. As this voltage is to be transmitted to long distances, the transformer will increase the voltage. After stepping up the voltage, these transmission lines will carry the electricity to long distances and it will reach the second transformer, that is the neighborhood transformer. Now this transformer will step down the voltage. That is, it will reduce the voltage. It will do so because the voltage used in our houses is very less. After stepping down the voltage, it will be passed to this electric pole through the wires. Now this electric pole will pass the electricity through the distribution lines to the houses. and in this way the electricity is generated and transmitted through this setup and distributed to all our houses. In this picture we see that the transmission wire is connected to the fuse, which is then connected to the transformer, and this transformer is connected to the electric poles with the help of wires, and this electric poles is connected to the meters in our houses with the help of wires. In the last slide we have studied that how the electricity is transmitted through this setup. In the summer season we tend to use more amount of electricity as the weather is very hot than the winter season. So there is excess use of electrical power. Due to the excess use of electrical power, massive current is drawn from this transformer. Now this transformer have a particular capacity, like only so much amount of current can be drawn from this transformer. Due to excess amount of current, the capacity of transformer is insufficient. So when the capacity of this transformer is insufficient, the fuse wire, that is the fuse which we can see over here, melts and the supply gets shut. And this is how an hazardous situation can be avoided. We have seen that the fuses are used to avoid a short circuit. But nowadays, instead of fuses, a miniature circuit breaker or the MCBs are used to avoid a short circuit situation. A switch is placed on this miniature circuit breaker. When the current flowing through these wires suddenly increases, the switch will open. And when the switch opens, the current stops. That is, the flow of electricity is stopped. And in this way, a short circuit can be avoided. So, these fuses and the miniature circuit breakers are used to avoid a short circuit. So, students, today we have seen about the heating effects of electric current, like how the heat is produced in the electrical devices. Also, we have seen that when the current flowing through these devices is increased, how we can avoid it. Thank you.